What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, and I'm back at y'all with another one. So, I went to the press conference today for Jaron Boots Ennis and Xander Zayas. The Phenom, as I refer to him as, Jaron Boots Ennis, 35 wins, no losses, no draw, 31 wins by way of knockout. 28 years of age, 5'10" with a 74-inch arm reach. Switched from southpaw to orthodox, former unified lineal WBA IBF Ring Magazine welterweight world champion, now title contender at junior middleweight. Xander Zayas is 23 wins, no losses, no draw, 13 wins by way of knockout. He is the unified WBO WBA junior middleweight world champion, Puerto Rican star boxer. This is a great fight. They're going to fight June 27th at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. With that said, I was extremely surprised. Now, Xander Zayas is listed at 5'10" with a 74-inch arm reach. Boots is listed at 5'10" with a 74-inch arm reach. But clearly, as you see here, Xander Zayas is much bigger than Jaron Ennis. And shouts out to Marco. Marco, boxing, he told me, he said, hey, Blue, we was at the press conference today. He said, Xander is at least 2 inches taller than Boots. And I'm like, nah. He's like, man, he's a lot bigger. And this was after the face-off. Now, he looked bigger than him after the face-off, at the face-off, but at the press conference today. But I'm looking at the shoes. And I come to realize that Xander is clearly bigger than him, taller than him. And Xander had on flats, and Boots had on sneakers that were pretty thick, right? I think he had on Asics or New Balance, right? Xander had on flat, hard-bottom shoes. And he still was taller than Boots. Which means if they both had on flat shoes, he would clearly be the 2 inches that Marco Boxing was telling me. Shouts out to Marco. This is an interesting fight. I was just listening to Mill City Boxing. He had my brother, my co-host Claymore Rain on there. A few other people, and my brother Greg Hackett, GHB, Greg Hackett Boxing. And they said something. They said the winner of this fight makes them where on the pound for pound list. And I said, depending upon who it is, they both should be inserted at least top 7. But if Jaron Boots Ennis beats Xander Zayas, this makes him a 2-division world champion and a 2-division unified world champion. And the Ring Magazine belt should be on the line because Xander is the only unified champion in the division. Now, I know that Sebastian Fundora was the unified WBC, WBO junior middleweight champion, then he vacated. But he vacated. Now, he didn't lose, but he vacated. The Ring Magazine belt should be on the line. He's the only unified champion in the division. Josh Kelly just dethroned Bakram Mataliev, so he's newly crowned. And Sebastian Fundora vacated his belts. The ring should be on the line for this fight, right? They have ranked Jaron Ennis at top 3. You gotta have Xander Zayas in top 3 at 154, right? They 2 of the top 3 outside Sebastian Fundora at 154. So the Ring Magazine belt should be on the line. If Jaron Boots Ennis wins this fight, this makes him a 2-division champion, a 2-division unified champion, and a 2-division lineal champion. That speaks volumes. That puts him, in my opinion, top 6 pound for pound best fighters in the world. Now, people say I'm biased because I believe he's the phenom. I think he's the closest thing to Roy Jones Jr. since we've seen Roy Jones Jr. Is he as technical as Terrence Crawford, Floyd Mayweather? No. Roy Jones wasn't as technical as Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard, those guys. But we never seen what Roy brought to the table. We never seen what Terrence Crawford brought to the table either, right? His style it was new. He invented and introduced us to a whole different type of style. With that said, he set the bar for his own lane. Jaron Ennis is, to me, I've been saying this for years, the phenom. He reminds me so much of Roy Jones. He don't do exactly. I saw Winky Wright saying, no, he don't do the stuff. No, but his just athletic ability, his skill set, his talent just puts me in the mindset of Roy. With that said, if Xander Zayas beats Jaron Boots Ennis, he's the unified champion. His last 3 fights, 2 title fights, and then the phenom at 154, Jaron Ennis, and beats Jaron Boots Ennis at 23 years old. He got to be in top 7 pound for pound. Got to be. Now, as far as the size difference, I think Jaron Boots Ennis still wins this fight. But I do think, after I'm looking at the size and the confidence and the skill set of Xander Zayas, I think it's going to be tougher than I expected. And I think that it's going to go the distance. Initially, I said Jaron Ennis is going to stop him in the 9th or 10th round. But now, I think that it's going to go the distance. Unless Xander Zayas just goes for broke. But I think he's going to look to be a boxer. And Jaron Ennis tends to, when you boxing and moving a lot, he tends to follow you around. So I think that Xander Zayas will lose a clear decision, but a competitive fight, if that makes sense. Like, Floyd Mayweather clearly beat Miguel Cotto, but it was a competitive fight. I think it's going to be that type of fight for Jaron Boots Ennis. The size difference, I didn't think that Xander, I know Xander's skilled and he makes a lot of mistakes. But the size difference, I think, will be allow Xander to absorb Jaron Ennis's punches, not his athletic ability and his skill set, enough to where Jaron won't land as clean as he wants to, as often as he wants to, because of the movement and the skill set of Xander Zayas. And that'll allow Xander Zayas to get to the 12th round, right? I think he'll catch Xander. I think he'll even drop Xander, right? But he won't be able to do it as clean and as often as I thought he would because of the skill set and the size. Xander Zayas is not 5'10 anymore. If he's 5'10, Jaron Ennis is not 5'10. I'm 5'10, and me and Jaron Ennis is the same height. Xander Zayas is taller than me now. Xander Zayas has got to be at least 5'11", nearly 6 feet tall. And I don't know if his arm reach is still 74 or what, but he's definitely taller than Jaron Ennis. But this makes for a very interesting fight. But I got Jaron Ennis winning the same manner that Floyd beat Miguel Cotto. A tough fight. And I think Jaron Ennis is top 6 pound for pound best fighters in the world. I don't rank them anymore. Just throw them in there. However, so you choose to put them in whatever order, that's on you. But let me know what y'all think, man. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. I'm gone. Peace.